Hi, my name is Matt Carroll of World Class Coaching with the Academy Sports Coach 2023. I want to talk to you about a session that I've created today with the book. We have the ideas from the book we have available on the website called Build Up from the Back, Exercise 1 by Luca Bertolini. So there's 3 books out, book Exercise 1, Exercise 2, and then a tactical analysis. And I'll go over the other books, but for this book, I think it does a really great job of going into passing patterns that you can utilize for building out the back. And I'm going to go through some of those in my session today. So this one's not in the book. This is one I personally enjoy. It's just teaching competence of 1v1 within tight spaces, and the concept of being able to turn or receive at an angle and play within those spaces. You know, we go 1v1, we turn on a player, and how many times you see a player take too big of a touch, play into the cover player and lose the ball. So we're creating a barrier for them with the box. We have a goalkeeper or a coach that's going to play into our attacking player, and then they're going to turn and dribble and go at this player. Now we can, if I can ever get it, now we can have options for them. We can have goals here. Go here, where they're trying to play, simulating the angles they're playing at. We can have a player over there that they're receiving to. We can have a dummy. The dummy's here. They have to play the dummy, whatever it may be. And then we can change the angle. So we can have them receive an angle. So they're receiving here. This player's here. And to simulate, maybe this is the left winger. The ball's played in. Their press is coming from a player playing inside or goal side of them, or a center mid coming over and defending them. And so we can change the angles depending on what we want to see. But what I would say for this first drill, what you're looking at is you're teaching the players the fundamental aspect of receiving in the positions you're going to be putting them in the build-out play. So I really believe in that, and that you're simulating that singular that motion, that situation over and over again, and then you're going to build upon it throughout the session. In here, you can talk about some of the things you're going to discuss in the next couple drills, where you're in your passing patterns, where you're unopposed, where you're talking about how to receive, what our reads are. Hey, if you can go forward, let's go forward. If not, we're going to look for the outlet pass and play back. Whatever you're looking for in your build-out play, you're getting those core concepts in line with them and teaching them. And I like kind of mixing up once in a while, where a lot of people go from unopposed to opposed. I like to go to sometimes opposed, so they're seeing it, they're reading it, and then you're like, okay, you saw the situation, you saw how this goes. Here's a couple ways I can show you how to get out of that situation or play that situation effectively. So from here, we'll go into some of the passing patterns. And what I'll have here is, get a good one for it. We'll have our goalie, and we're going on a post. We'll have 3 dummies here. Okay. And we'll always that one player over here. So we'll have a player simulating maybe the 6. This could be outside backs, could be left and right center back, you're playing a 3-back, but they're going to push out wide. And what we're going to look for here is the goalie's on the ball. We're going to have our outside back check out. We're going to have, what am I doing? We'll play him out here, out wide. So he checks out wide. We're opening up the space, and he's going to filter into the 6. Maybe we'll have him check out a little bit too. Maybe we'll have him check out an angle. The way I like to do is have my 6s. We're playing double 6. Have 1-6 pivot out wide and 1-6 slide at center. But we'll have him slide out wide. So we're playing out wide, and then we're trying to diagonally pass up the field with the 6 checking out. And then you play it back to the goalkeeper, and you repeat the same pattern over here. So we go out wide, check out wide. 6 checks out to the side to provide an angle, and we play a pass in here. Bang. So again, just kind of showing them, like, hey, in this situation, this is where I'd like you to go. This is the perfect situation. You might have seen this when you're going unopposed. You saw, hey, he's on you. We're talking about where the ball goes, but in this, I would really be talking about the way his body is positioned. I can't tell you how many defenders, even coaching at the high school level, I have come in, and they're running with their face towards goal, and they receive and have to take 3 touches to turn around. Like, if you just flip your hips and turn around, you're seeing the entire field, and it's mind blowing. Simple things like that I think we can get caught in the tactical concepts of the game. And okay, he's here, he's here, he's here. You're standing in the right spot. But if you're standing in the right spot, but you're facing the wrong way, it doesn't really matter. So this, I think a lot of people are against the unopposed concepts because it's not realistic. But you're giving them that instruction. I don't think these have to be 20-minute passing patterns. I think 5-10 minutes is fine enough. But you really want to hone in and have 3 points you really want to hit. Like when you go out, check out wide, I want you receiving. 6, when you check in, I want you checking your right and left shoulder. You can even talk about what this guy should be doing. So this ball's played out wide. This guy should be checking in to cover. So those are 3 things you want to focus on throughout the drill. Maybe they make a bad pass, you're correcting here and there. But those 3 things you're hammering home. And you're making sure that you have some kind of verbiage. You're having some kind of common language. You're not saying, hey, I want you to flip your hips. And you're saying, I want you to turn your hips. And then you're saying, I want you to face forward. You're saying, flip your hips, flip your hips, flip your hips. So they know when you say flip your hips, exactly what they did in the drill, they can translate that to an actual game situation. So building on that, now, again, we'll make it a little more complicated. We'll have forward pressing. We'll have 2 center mids here. We'll have 2 attacking mids, 3 center mids. Maybe it's a 6 pulling up. Maybe it's a defender coming up, whatever. But you can change these around. You can change who you want up there. You can change this to the opposition. Maybe you're facing what you want that to look like, what they'll be doing. But we'll have here maybe 6, 7, 1, 2. Wingers wide, maybe 6. Here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And I'll have forward up here. Okay. And again, this is loose. If you want to change it, it's based on what you want to do, what you want to do in your system, your style. But we have the goalie play. Okay. One thing I'll do it the way I kind of like to do it. I don't like having this option of like the outside back checks and then plays to a winger in the same channel. I think it's too easy to beat. I don't think it's diagonal. I don't think it gives you a lot of options. I think it's a redundant pass that really generally plays for an outlet. I just don't like it. So I don't really play with my team. So what I'll do is I'll play out wide, and I'll have my winger check in. I call it the fire lane because if the outside back or the wing back or whatever it is in this lane, there's a fire, get out. So they check out and they check out of that fire lane into the inside. So checks in, plays at an angle. Now you can do something cool here. You can have like an overlap. Oh, sorry, this should be reversed. You can have an overlap here where this guy, or underlap here, or overlap wherever you want to do. You give and go. But here I'll just play. He plays this guy. The 6 makes a motion, checks in. Stop moving. This guy keeps moving. The winger plays to the 6, who's checking at an angle to go forward, turning upfield. And then maybe we slot our striker in for a shot. Okay. But from here, I have the striker play a pass all the way back to our goalie, reset, and do the exact same thing on the other side. Just kind of alternating the pattern back and forth. So some options we have. Now, I wouldn't do this one the same every time. All right, maybe vary it. Maybe where you have this guy checks in. Get rid of that. The winger plays wide. He checks in, returns. We play to the wide player who plays to the 6 diagonally. And then maybe we have this player making off the ball run, underlap him, and then we play to the forward. So just give him a couple options. You want to say, in this situation, this is exactly what we'll do every single time. Don't worry about it. The last one you did, the passing pattern, was mostly focused on body shape, positioning, ideas. Now you're getting into more of your tactical concepts. Here, I would give them 2 or 3 options that they can say, all right, if this happens, we can do this. If this happens, we can do this. If this happens, we can do this. And it's your job as a player to, of all the situations I've given you, pick the correct one based on what's going on in the field, because I can't do that as the coach. I can only give you options, and you have to select the correct one. So here you're giving them those options. And we'll build from there and make it even more complicated, more game-like. So I'm just going to set these guys up in a, standard 4-4-2. I'll play I'll play a 4-2-3-1 here. 1, 4, 2, 3, and then forward. Okay, and we'll build out from here. And we'll tell them just go live. Just go live and, hey, we're building out unopposed. Make the runs you think you should make. Okay, stopping it a few times. I wouldn't spend a ton of time on this, especially for the younger levels, maybe high school age. In college, you obviously can get away with going for this a lot longer. But I think at this point, for the players, this is going to be a lot for them. The process is going to get pretty boring quick. I would do, 5, 6, 7, 8, maybe 10 reps, going through it, coaching. Hey, you made this run. This is actually what I want you to do. Blah, blah. Then from there, we're just continually adding players. So now we add a forward and we press against the forward. Then we maybe add 2 attacking mids to go into it. Then we add some wide players. And we're going to continue to do this until we have 11v11. And we're running it live, trying to build out. Maybe at the 11v11, or maybe even when we get to maybe 7 or 8 players, we'll add targets because we're building out here and we're looking to get forward. And then what I would do from there is clear it off and play a scrimmage. And one thing I would do in the scrimmage, initially I would add the rule that anything that goes out of bounds from the box out, no corners. I always do that, and I know players get a little frustrated with it sometimes, but I'm like, we're looking to play. It's your opportunity. Instead of a corner kick, it's your opportunity to press. Because I'm telling them, they're going to play out the back. They have to play out the back. They're going to be playing the ball in their own box. Instead of getting a corner, you're getting the opportunity to press them out of their own box. They can't play long. And we'll tell the players they can't play long. You got to play out of the box. We'll set maybe a build out line. They can't play in the air over this distance, okay, until they hit the breakout line, and then they can go a little more direct. But it's giving the attacking team that wins the corner an opportunity to then press in this box, and they know it's going to be a press. They know they're going to play out the back. And if you can play out the back from that, and knowing that you don't have the option to go forward, players are going to, they're in that situation, they're going to have to get better at it. If you can do that, and then you have the variability you have within an actual game, you're going to be much more dangerous. And then with maybe the last 10, 15 minutes, I would cut all of the rules and just make it straight up scrimmage and see what that looks like and how well we're able to play at the back. And that's kind of how you gauge it. Are they still playing at the back? Is everything okay now? We don't have to play at the back, so we're just bombing it along. What does that look like? So I'd love to know kind of some of the passing patterns you utilize in your build up play, and some of the ways you teach build up play through passing patterns. And you can check that. You can send those out in the comments. Also in the comments, I'll add Build It from the Back Exercises 1 by Luca Bertolini that will have available on the website, so you can check that out too. So once again, my name is Matt Carroll with World Class Coaching and the help of Academy Sports Coach 2023, and I hope this session finds you well.